this is actually a little bit bigger.
I don't think I want to go with a design that, like just doing a casita over a house or over a garage. If we're doing something bigger, we might as well have the space. Let's either build the casita or build the main house and the casita later. And now that she's got this apartment, maybe she just wants to build the main house.
I was living for Jenel's face while Grody, Kody, was rambling on. She looked like she'd rather be anywhere else. Honestly, the level of "I'm so done with this clown" radiating off her was iconic. And then she drops the line of the episode. Kody is putting zero money into this, so I'm not sure where this "we" is coming from. Ye Jenel drag him. The whole scene was so telling. He kept going on about building the main house first, and then the casita, which we all know is Kody code for "Let me use your money to build a love nest for me and Robyn, and you'll get your sad little shed someday, maybe." Jenel saw right through it. She wasn't buying any of it and looked seconds away from walking out. Also, what is going on with that shirt? Is he hiding a six-pack under there, or is that a maternity top from 2006? It's wild how he's trying to sell both Meri and Jenel on building exactly what he wants on Koyo Pass. Like, who even asked for your vision, sir? The audacity. Jenel's eye rolls were working overtime. She was so over him. And yes, she's lost a lot of weight, but it's not just physical. She looks lighter in energy, like she finally ditched the emotional baggage that is Kody. Good for her. Prioritizing herself suits her beautifully. We've got so much to dive into today, so let's not waste any time. Let's jump straight into it. Hey everyone, what's up? It's Elena here, and welcome back to my channel Reality Nexus X. Kody's at it again, spinning his version of reality. According to him, it's just so hard for grandparents to be a part of their grandkids' lives, especially when the parents decide to move clear across the country. And yet, let's not forget that Maddie and Caleb bought a house a block away from him in Las Vegas after their baby was born. Why? To be close to him, of course. Close to you and Jenel, and by extension, the other moms and siblings. But then, surprise, surprise, Kody packed everyone up and moved them all to Arizona for his new family. Oh, Kody, please. No one's buying this sob story. You've definitely earned the contempt of those around you. Also, quick correction, it's Arizona, not Nevada. Note to self, don't post when I'm riled up, lol. The kicker? Jenel and Christine, despite living the same distance away, have somehow figured out how to stay involved with their grandkids. Kody's even been on at least one trip to North Carolina with them, so he knows it's possible to make the effort. But apparently, it's a real concern for Kody that Maddie and Caleb are going to convince the rest of their siblings to move near them. He first freaked out when Isabel moved, and now it seems like he's worried about Michael T. and Jenel possibly pulling Savannah over to Arizona too. Seriously, when did this become a competition? It's bizarre for a dad to feel threatened by his own kids. And let's not forget, even if travel isn't easy, Kody could still make the effort to stay involved. A quick FaceTime call or a chat could go a long way in showing he cares, if he actually wanted to. Wow, so the new house is the final straw for everyone. I'm shocked, truly. I've read countless comments over the past week where people are saying they're done with the show, that this is the thing that's finally pushed them over the edge. But when I posted something similar after Garrison's death, I got downvoted like crazy. So let me get this straight. If a new house is what finally makes people tap out, but not the stuff like Kody calling his kids jerks or a family member ending their life with the show being mentioned in the note, then we really need to talk about some serious morals here. There were tons of posts after Garrison passed, with people swearing off the show, more than I've seen about the house situation. People always say they're done after a shocking moment or family drama. But surprise, surprise, here they are, still commenting and watching. No one's really going anywhere. Here's the thing. People are mad because Kody and Robyn just seem to keep getting away with being awful. And they're rewarded for it. Fans were watching, hoping for some kind of comeuppance. But now with this new house, it's like it hasn't happened yet. And that's why people are upset. To me, this whole thing is tied together. I'm not sure if I want to support the way they're profiting off their family's dysfunction, trauma, and exploitation of their kids. Garrison's death made it painfully clear that this isn't just entertainment. These are real people dealing with real pain, and we're sitting here munching on popcorn, watching it all unfold. That makes me uncomfortable. And then the house situation shines a light on the wealth that TLC is profiting from. And I get why people are pissed that Kody and Robyn are also benefiting from it. It's all connected in a lot of ways. I think some of the most invasive fans have fueled the fire. You've seen them, lurking around, digging through property records, court documents, and whatnot. But the issue with Garrison is that this sub can't even link his death directly to Robyn, so they pretend it doesn't even matter. And let's talk about the way the kids are being treated this season. It's gotten way worse. Nobody seems to care that Garrison was suffering in silence. This show probably had a massive effect on his mental health. But no, people feel justified in attacking the kids because they're all over 18 now. But let's be real. These kids, including Robyn's, had their entire childhoods sold for TV money. Turning 18 doesn't undo the toxic environment they grew up in, doesn't erase the trauma of being paraded around like circus animals by their own parents, or watching their entire family fall apart in front of the world. The aftermath is being fought out on national TV. Christine? Yeah, she's not in this for the cash grab, despite what some people might think. She's clearly after something way more important than just a paycheck: control. I mean, sure, money's always part of the picture in these cases, but the real issue? It's all about the decision-making rights. You've probably heard the stories. Friends tangled up in long, messy custody battles, where money becomes a sticking point. But the real drama is all about who gets to call the shots. Can they go on that school trip overseas? Is it okay to leave the state or even the country? Can they see a therapist? Imagine Kody blocking those things out of sheer spite just to make her life harder. Sounds like the kind of petty stuff he'd pull. Honestly, Christine's probably had enough of it. If I were her, I'd be making it crystal clear. Either he hands over full decision-making power, or I'm taking him to the cleaners. And let's be real, she can probably make more money than he ever could at this point. But what she can't do is give Truly a second chance at a high school experience. That's gone. If Kody wants to see Truly, it's going to be supervised visits, like once every couple of months, and forget the holidays. Christine and Truly are done adjusting their leaves to his whims. If she's lucky, she'll get the last laugh on that one. Here's the thing. Christine knows the end of this show is looming, probably way before Truly even turns 18. No more family college fund handouts for Truly, and she's not sticking around waiting for Kody's money to dry up. It's now or never to get what's owed to her and Truly for the future. The clock's ticking, and she knows it. Now, let's talk about why she's really going after him. I'm thinking it's partly to make sure he actually pays for Truly's future, and to show that he's been a deadbeat dad all along. That's been obvious from the start, and Christine isn't pulling any punches. Oh, and there might be another side to this. She could be angling to get Kody and Robyn's financials out there for Janel's sake, too. And, just for the record, Kody has 0 rights here. No custody agreement. Not even on Truly's birth certificate. Christine has been the one holding all the power all along, but now she's making it official. She's already called him what he is. Remember that Sirius radio interview? When they were asked to describe Kody in one word, she nailed it. Deadbeat dad. Ouch. But Kody, oh, he's still trying to punish Christine for daring to leave him. Typical narcissist move. He's not stepping up for Truly, and it's just another way for him to exert control over her. He's been an absent parent, not out of carelessness, but out of spite. And Christine's not having it anymore. She's done playing by his rules. I mean, Kody had the nerve to tell her not to get lawyers involved when she left. "Let's work this out between us," he said. But we all know he probably shut her down at every turn. So now that she's got a lawyer, honestly, it's chef's kiss perfect. And mark my words, this is all going to blow up in his face, especially now that he spent all that money on his new house. You know he only bought it to one-up his exes. Classic Kody. Here we go again. Kody, always wanting what he can't have. Classic move. He's spent years pushing Meri away, practically telling her to get lost. And now in Season 18, Episode 7, he's suddenly pulling out the "I'm so sad this ended" routine. Excuse me, but what exactly does he think he's playing at here? Was his ideal situation that Meri would just keep hanging around, waiting for him to magically decide he wants her back? She tried that. She stayed, he told her to leave. Now he says he wouldn't never work it out with her, but wait, wasn't that exactly what he's been saying all along? That he wasn't going to work things out with her? Is he suffering from some kind of memory loss? And now, he wants to have a chat with Meri about why the marriage fell apart. Seriously? Why does he even care at this point? It sounds like he's just looking for a chance to argue with her and remind her of her place in his little world. Honestly, how this guy ended up with 4 wives is beyond me, but here we are. Side note, did anyone else get major secondhand embarrassment watching Christine act like a lovesick teenager over David? I mean, I'm happy for her, don't get me wrong, but the way she's fawning over him and picking out wedding venues before they're even engaged, it's a little much. I had to skip most of it. Too cringy. As for Meri, she's exposing Kody for what he is by seeking a divorce through the church. Then they call him in and probably give him an earful just to make sure the world knows it wasn't all her fault. But then Kody turns around and starts trash-talking the rest of the family and his own kids. The guy's supply of admiration is running low, and now he's desperate to get people to worship him like he's the family king again. Spoiler alert, that ship has sailed. Christine's emotional maturity? Yeah, it's a bit of a mess. Growing up in a cult and then being stuck in a toxic marriage doesn't exactly do wonders for your development. I'll give her a pass for that. But Kody? He just wants to save face in front of his buddy Nathan and the church leaders. He's obsessed with looking like the good guy, like he didn't abandon Meri. That's really what this is all about. He can't stand losing respect, especially from other men. Let's be real, Kody misses Meri's unwavering devotion. Despite everything he said, his ego needed that constant admiration. And now that she's finally broken free, he's upset because he's not getting the validation he used to. Classic narcissist behavior, rewriting history and trying to make it seem like you caused their awful actions. Kody saying he wants to discuss things with Meri at this point. That's textbook narcissism. The marriage is over, the spiritual connection is dead, and yet here he is, still trying to drag her back into his drama. Why? Because it makes him feel better about himself, even if it does nothing for her or anyone else involved. Honestly, I think Meri would absolutely take Kody back. I know, unpopular opinion, right? But let's be real, after all the years of cruel treatment, the endless garbage he's said about her, and the whole spiritual separation thing, yeah, she'd still do it. If Kody somehow had a miracle moment, one of those dramatic, "I was so wrong, I need you, I love you, come back and let's pretend to be lovers again" moments, Meri would take him back, no questions asked. Now, let's be clear, that's never going to happen. Kody's going to keep being a narcissistic mess until the end of time. But watching their interactions in this episode, I can't help but think Meri would forgive it all just for another round of that emotional circus. She didn't have to deliver the final blow, but of course she did. She went and got that official release, knowing it would hit Kody where it hurt the most. Abandonment, publicly, checkmate. She's done. He's lost his shot. But let's not forget, Kody was her first love, the one and only. She spent 32 years tangled up in his drama, so it's kind of hard to just know how to act in these situations, right? I think up until the picnic table conversation, she was still trying to figure it out. But something finally clicked. She's seen through his BS. That's why, when he was moving, she was so much more relaxed and even joking around. It's like the pressure's off. She doesn't need to stay on his good side anymore, doesn't need to play nice. And probably, having her sister around made it easier too. Someone who actually has her back, unlike Robyn. So, Meri was just free to be herself, without fear of getting scolded like a child. Honestly, I really hope Meri's had some massive growth during her time away from Kody. Her TikToks and IG posts make it seem like she's finally realizing her worth. I think she's starting to believe she deserves more than this circus. In Utah, getting married quickly is practically a sport. Honestly, if you're not engaged by 18, are you even trying? The whole culture surrounding marriage in Utah, especially within the LDS community, is a whole different ballgame. People get engaged in a heartbeat, tie the knot before they can legally drink, and start cranking out kids before they've even figured out what they want to eat for dinner. It's just normal here. When I first heard about Christine's whirlwind romance, I didn't even bat an eye. I mean, this is Utah we're talking about. By the time I was 20 or 21, I had friends who were already on their second divorce with kids in tow. And why? Oh, because they got hitched right out of high school. That's literally the norm around here. A little context. I'm a native Utahn, non-Mormon. Thank you very much. My best friend growing up, who's Mormon, had 5 kids by the time she was 21. Now she's 52 and has 11. Me? 1, just 1, and it's a miracle I managed to space it out that long. Then there's the classic love story of my other friend, who wrote to a Mormon missionary while he was in France. They met once in person after he returned, got married, and she moved to Canada to live with him. It's like a fairy tale, only with more international travel and a lot less time. In Utah, women are basically raised with the get married and be a wife blueprint. So no surprise here that Christine met someone and jumped straight into marriage. I'm rooting for her, honestly. She's 50, she knows what she wants. And given that David raised decent kids, it's safe to assume he's probably a good guy. Who knows, maybe the show timeline is off, and they've known each other longer than we're led to believe. That wouldn't shock me either. Now, am I going to make fun of their quick wedding? Of course I am. I'm a lesbian, and making U-Haul jokes is basically my birthright at this point. It's what we do. The joke goes, what does a lesbian bring on the second date? A U-Haul, and yeah, in my experience, it's pretty accurate. But hey, you have my permission to laugh at it too. We're all in this together, right? Let me know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you in the next video. Take care and much love to you all.